Hi guys, I'm Saumya and I'm back again with another video. I hope you're all well and safe. I make a lot of bookish content on this channel, so if you are a book lover or a reader, then do hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click on the bell icon. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about a book which was sent to me by the author, and that book is Psychological Love by Aniket Vats. So let's get into the video. Psychological Love is a story of a guy named Rahul who is pursuing MBA, and he falls in love with a girl named Seerath who is a teacher in a school. So this book has love, it has friendship, and it has the pressure of studies. So these are the three main themes that we read about. Now Rahul is the protagonist of the story obviously, and he is a very active guy. He is not an overthinker. He is somebody who believes in taking action to solve problems rather than dwell on them. So in the story we read about how he goes about his love story with Seerath, how he faces certain challenges that he has in case of his love story, and we also read about him in terms of how helpful he is as a person, how he is ready to help his friends. So all in all, this is a very relatable story because all these things are something that all young people can relate to. Studies do bring a lot of pressure, and there are ups and downs in one's love life as well, and then friendship is a very important part of one's life. So all these themes are very youth oriented. So in that sense, the author has targeted the young readership of the country. So basically Rahul is the main focus in the story. He is obviously the protagonist of the story, and the story has been told in first person by Rahul, and we read about how Rahul goes about his life. There are other characters as well, but it's like everybody is introduced to the reader through Rahul's perspective and how he perceives that character. So basically Rahul is a very helpful friend. One thing that is very clear in this book is that he goes out of his way to achieve his own goals, and he also goes out of his way to help people around him. So he's a very generous and a very compassionate person. So this book also focuses on the pressure that comes along with acquiring a reputed degree like MBA. Now it's not just about acquiring that degree, you also have to get a certain score, otherwise you are doomed pretty much, because that's how competitive the environment is, and mostly the students are up for it because that's how they have been conditioned and that's how they prepare their mind. So the system is to basically pressurize the students and get the best result out of them in terms of the output that they're able to give. And a lot of students are okay with this. Some are even able to thrive under this pressure, but then there is a certain section of students who are not able to thrive. In fact, they end up losing their mental health and they end up getting depressed, and that is because not every person is same. It's not a one size fits all policy, but that is how the education system works, and that is something that has been pointed out in the story as well in the form of a student named Shrishant. So this book has focused a lot on this negative side of the education system. So this book has 130 pages, so it's a pretty quick read and it gets over in no time. The story has a bit of a drama element as well in terms of the ups and downs that the characters go through, and in terms of the twists and turns that the story has. Towards the end, everything gets tied up neatly, and the author has tried to include a whole lot of things in these 130 pages, and I will say that to an extent he succeeded in doing that. Now the story is based on certain topics like friendship, love, the pressure that studies bring. These are very generic topics on one hand, but on the other, this is the very reason the story becomes relatable and the readers can connect with it instantly. So the one major issue that this book faces is the editing, or rather the lack of it, because I had to read sentences over and over again to make sense of them. See, when you are reading a book, the language and the way that book has been edited makes a world of difference in terms of the reading experience that the reader gets. And in case of this book, that experience is full of a lot of efforts. It's not effortless, and that is an issue, and I hope that issue gets fixed, because if that happens, then this book and this story will have a flow that will be seamless, and it will be an easier and a more convenient experience for the reader to read this book, and that will definitely enhance the story as well. So overall, Psychological Love by Aniket Vats is a light-hearted read with some relatable themes, but it definitely needs improvement in the editing department. If you want to check this book out, then I will leave the link for that in the description box. That was it for today's video. If you want to connect with me on my social media, the links are in the description. I will see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye, take care and stay safe.